My orange Kia Stinger GTS is kind of missing the engine, but that's okay. Because I mean, this thing is basically ready to zip right back in, right? Now, I bought my Kia Stinger GTS from a dealer auction for $12,400, and it was listed with many warnings that the engine was bad. I didn't listen to any of these warnings, and I thought I could get lucky, but after a little diagnosis, reality set in that I wasn't gonna get lucky at all. 0 PSI of compression was the metaphoric slap in the face this time, and after discovering a broken exhaust valve, I had no choice but to drop the engine and get to work. After pulling the heads, I was able to verify the cylinder wasn't damaged, and the likely cause of the broken valve was big-time carbon buildup in the valve relief area of the piston. This is an area of the piston that's cut out in order to give the valve more space to open, and so if this is filled with carbon, valves, they don't like hitting carbon that much. Now, luckily, the head and the cylinder wasn't damaged, but I did find a few other valves not sealing perfectly, so I lapped all 24 valves for good measure and retested to verify we fixed the Stinger engine. This passed not only the water leak down test, but also the normal compression leak down test after the heads were installed. And so in theory, this engine is fixed and for not that much money. Now, the real test will be getting this thing driving again and then possibly testing out drift mode, you know, for good measure. But before I can do any of that, I have a ton of work to do here. And if you like a channel that just gets right to work, then consider subscribing to the channel. Not only does it really help me out, but I've heard that it actually adds 15 wheel horsepower to anything that you drive. So while you're, hitting that button, I am gonna get to wrenching. Okay, a 36mm wrench has no business with our Kia engine. It's just nice and hefty and kind of cool to toss around. But something that does have some business here is our little pump, because I didn't drain the oil. If you guys saw the last video, I forgot. And so I'm basically draining the oil now right into here, because we have to put our timing components on and then our timing cover, and I don't want oil to continually drip where I need to put sealant. So we're gonna suck it out. This might take a while. Kind of fun though. All right, I think that's as good as we're gonna get it. As long as it's below this line, we're golden. I've already done most of the cleaning, so I'll just come in here and give it one last final touch, and then we can start getting back together with our timing chains. Well, I mean, we need cams and stuff first. Cleaning up the engine now. Make this all shiny and flat and smooth. Oh yeah. This is actually kind of fun and satisfying, not gonna lie. Look at how good that looks. I either use these white discs or these blue ones work very well too. This is aluminum, so common sense, guys. We're going slow, no pressure, very easy to clean. A little brake clean. Go over it with a clean microfiber, and look at that sealing surface. It's ready to seal all the oil behind the front timing cover. This area is all dried off and cleaned. I did the top as well, and where the intake manifold sits, so everything is done being cleaned. So now we can reassemble with our buckets and our cams first. And I have all of those labeled, so we also know which cylinder they go to. Before we install those buckets, we need a little bit of assembly lube on the top of the valves and where the cam sits. So you know what, we can just do one of these. There we go. And here as well. All right, we'll spread this around. There we go. A little bit goes a long way, or a lot of it goes a long way too. I've cleaned up the tappets so they can go back in. We're gonna pre-soak these tappets in oil, and we'll squirt some where they go. No friction, people, no friction. It should just drop in. These do spin, that's good. If they're hard going in, you got an issue. Very nice. And they should come in and out like that and spin around and everything. Cool. All right, I've gotten all the buckets in on this side as well, and after I'm done, I like to take my magnet and just make sure everything is properly lubricated and moves freely. I've already done this, but I just like to be super sure on engine stuff. So yeah, these are looking good. We get a little bit more oil in there too when we pull them up. One of those things when building an engine that you could skip. You could just toss them in 9 out of 10 times, you're gonna be fine. We measured clearance in the last video, so we know they're in spec, but God forbid there's a piece of debris in here and you haven't spun them around and just kind of giving yourself that mental checklist. This is good. We're perfect, now I know. For sure. It is now Kia cam time. I'm on a mission to just use up all my engine assembly lube today. Bam! Look at that. I marked this with a T for top, just to help out for later, which is later is now. Now we can rest this guy in here. This is gonna be a nice point to torque this down. If you can, when you're torquing this down, you want the cam lobes on base circle or close to them so they're not bound up. That's nice. And because I take a lot of pictures, I now don't have to remember that this cap is R11. The one on the exhaust is going to be R1, and then it goes back from there. So here's our R11. That is right side and then 11. Get a little assembly lube in here. Very nice. Number 11 through 12 caps are installed for the intake cam. Go over to our table of parts and grab our exhaust cam. We got T for Tony, and we'll lay that right about here and get it to sink into a position like that. That'll be nice for the torque down. There's a special torque sequence for these cam caps. Our final torque is only 8.7 foot-pounds, so we're just using the gun to draw them in. No real torque at all. This is the front cam cap that goes over both of them. Draw this down too. Then we're gonna follow our torque sequence. So this is the first one that we're torquing to 5.3, very little. And this is our second one, and our third one, and fourth is last. All right, then a whopping 9 foot-pounds for our final pass, and these camshafts are installed. Click. With all 4 of our camshafts installed and torqued, it is time to get into timing. So we need to set up cylinder 1 at top dead center, and that requires us to line up the keyway on the crank with this little arrow on the block. So we want to get that just right. And then we can verify by sticking a long extension into cylinder 1, and we can see that the piston is all the way up. You can compare that to some other cylinders as well, but that's it. Now we're ready for timing. Now, speaking of timing, for a limited time, Avalon King is having an insane deal on their very complete DIY ceramic coating kit. So right now, they're having buy one, get one free, but if you buy 2, you're not only gonna get 2 free, but you're gonna get a free 16-ounce car shampoo. And if you buy another 2, so buy 3, get 3 free, you're not only gonna get the car shampoo, but you're gonna get their Rim Reaper wheel cleaner and their awesome tire dressing. This has graphene and it works really, really well. So you're gonna get 3 things for free. So deals on top of deals on top of deals. And if you guys have never ceramic coated your car, well, I'm gonna do it later on the Kia if this whole engine thing is successful, but it's super easy. After you wash your car, dry it, apply some to the applicator pad, wipe it on, wait about 60 seconds and wipe it off. If you guys can wax a car, you can definitely ceramic coat a car. And the Armor Shield is so much better than wax. It lasts for years and will repel dirt and water because it turns every surface that it touches ultra hydrophobic. This keeps your car cleaner in between washes. You can also use this on your glass and your wheels so brake dust doesn't stick to them. And it's seriously like the best faded black trim restoration product in the world. You don't need to buy anything separately. This actually bonds with the plastic, and it isn't just a dressing like you see on the market. This stuff really works. I've been using Armor Shield 9 for many years. I've coated practically every single one of my cars and my family's cars. Many thousands of you guys have bought the kits as well, and the reviews are amazing. You guys are gonna love this. Link down below, super limited time on this deal. Spring is right around the corner. Definitely take advantage. With our crankshaft set to the proper position, it's time for all of this. This is a lot of timing components, all from Kia. I'm going 100% factory with my Kia Stinger rebuild. I can go piece by piece here and add this all up, but all of the timing components, $563. And this, by the way, is the cutest thing I've ever seen. So they set the timing chain tensioner and they use a pin, a pink pin. All right, first step are these right here, these little guides. A couple of 10s. So out with the old. So far, this is just about the most amount of wear I found on guides, which is really nothing. This would last a very, very long time, but we have a new black one. So very, very easy to do these top guides. You can even do these with the engine in the car, although you probably wouldn't need to. Yeah, I just dropped one. Okay, yay, got one started. We're gonna torque these to 10 foot-pounds. All right, that's done. Now we have the left side guide going in. And we'll get our bolts started. I put the tiniest little dab of Loctite on guide bolts. Doesn't say to do that in instructions, but it makes me feel good and I sleep better at night. Zip these guys in. These are 18 foot-pounds. Something interesting to note is that Kia Hyundai has a range for the torque spec, so 14.5 to 18.1. Normally a torque spec is just a torque spec. I haven't seen a range, so that's kind of unique. I'm going to the upper range. It's timing chain time, at least one of the 3, and this might be my favorite part of this engine, or I mean like working on the engine. So you saw the marks on the timing chain. Well, there are marks on the cam gears as well, and you line up the yellow links with these dots on the the cam gears, and the pink one lines up with that dot there. That just makes it so easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and start here at the crank sprocket. Well, there's 3 of them, but this is for the left side head. And I got my pink lined up. Then we'll go onto the guide like this. Make sure this fits in there nicely. We don't want any slack, so we're gonna roll this. If you guys saw the last video, I marked T for top, so I marked exactly where this goes. And now we can line up these 2, and we'll come around, wrapping it around. Okay, this one is not quite there, but that's okay. And we'll put a wrench on here and turn this just a wee bit. Yes, right in the middle, perfect. All right, so we got that lined up there. This is lined up here. And we got our pink lined up with the dot. Cool. Now we have our tensioner guide, so that's gonna slide in. There's no bolts for this one. Just kinda gotta shimmy sham it in here. It's a little difficult. Let's see, let's try doing one of these. Slide it in. Come on, dude. You know you're gonna go in there eventually. Yeah. Get in there. Oh, almost, yeah. Okay, perfect. All right, we snuck it in. Looking good. Next, we're installing our cute pink pin. Well, then we're pulling it out and saving it for attack. The only part we're reusing here is the adapter plate. There is no reason to replace that, but it will have a new hydraulic tensioner. And this is a metal to metal seal here. So just make sure it's really clean. And this is gonna slide right over a stud like that. Easy to install right now because we have the pin in. And we can install this bolt here. All right, I had to push this tensioner in and start this bolt by hand. That is going in. Oh, okay, we just lost the pin. Guess right when it gets lined up, it just releases itself. Cool. Ooh. This guy was holding on for dear life. 8.7 foot-pounds for this guy. She's done. Timing for the left side head is complete. Now we can install our brand new oil pump chain, and we're reusing the gear. So we're gonna slide this over, and this one doesn't need to go in any specific orientation. You can only put it on one way on the oil pump. So we can turn this into position and then slide this guy right over. Sweet. Now we can get our bolt in this gear. We'll do the final torque on this in a moment. It's gonna get it snug. And we have a new oil pump tensioner guide. It's just a little spring. If I remember correctly, it goes like that. Springs into play. Yeah, and then we gotta get the bolt in. Stay. Here is that bolt. Found it. Need you to hold that wee bit of tension. Just got done torquing this to 18, this to 8.7, and this is how it works. Just very, very basic. That's all you need. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing on the right-hand side, and I took pictures of everything before I took this apart so we don't waste any time. We know exactly where this guide goes. Believe it or not, even after a few days, you forget where stuff goes. You're like, does it go here? Does it go there? I don't know. But I do know that it goes right here. It goes to my beautiful pictures. Just remember, you're never too good to get some help. I get help in any way, shape, or form when it comes to this kind of stuff. Pictures, looking things up, sometimes even watching YouTube videos. Whatever it takes to do the job right, that's it. All right, tighten this up. And you guys are Kia engine experts. You know this is 18 foot-pounds. Technically 18.7, I think. There we go. All right, so we're gonna flip this around. So we got my T for Tony, or top, going there. Oh, it's gonna skip past. It might not hold perfectly, that's okay. Ooh, is it gonna stay or is that gonna shoot back? I don't know. All right, so these are all keywayed on, and you guys know the drill. Pink to orange dot. Wrap it around. We're gonna go exhaust camshaft first. This one we're gonna spin around as well, like that. Bring this around. And so we're gonna get this yellow to that orange. Stay, cams. Do not spring back at me. That could possibly hurt my fingers. You know what, I think this side's gonna be easier to get the intake on first. Wrap this around. There's our yellow to orange, bam. Now bring this around. I gotta move this. Stay. Ah, there we go. Okay, we got yellow to orange, pink to orange. Yep, all right, stay. Don't you dare fling around on me. Okay, we need this chain to go over. Like that. Oh my gosh, how's this thing not sprung back at me? Stay. And we got this guide going on. Get a haul. All right, not bad. All right, we have our pink grenade going in right now. This one looks a little bit more difficult than the other side. Yeah, we gotta swing this in. It looks impossible right now. Oh, there we go. Go back. We gotta go in more, buddy. Aha. Yes. And we'll get our bolt in. Perfect. Nothing's impossible when you're working with a pink grenade. Never thought I'd say that before. Should be a slogan. Thanks, do not make that into a bumper sticker. Tighten this thing up. Got our torque. Pull the pin. Bam. Now we got good tension. Oh yeah, that's perfect right there. All right, just like that, our 3.3 liter, soon to be twin turboed again, V6 from our Kia Stinger is timed. Now what's great is there's lots of sanity checks here, and I even added my own with our T for tops. Really nice, all at the top. All at the top. So not only do we have the yellow to orange, and that's all looking good, but they're also nice enough to give you a line here, and that just needs to line up with the deck of the head. You get them on both sides. Look at that. So as long as those are flat with the head, you're good. And those are looking great. And Kia's even better because they give you all of these for the crank. That is so, so, so nice. Look at that. So that's all lined up. This points here for top dead center. We got that. I mean, we're all timed and feeling good. Now we're just gonna spin the engine by hand. You always wanna do that after you time something, because if you did mess something up and it is an interference engine, the valve will hit the piston. If you're going really light with your hand, you won't damage anything. If you just wait to, you're gonna destroy all your valves. So we're gonna do 2 full revolutions. There's one. And right now, all of our tappets are setting in place. If you hear some clicking noises, that's normal. And here's 2, and we're almost where we need to be right there. So now the links that are colored will not line up. I don't know the exact math on how many times you'd need to spin it around, but it's a lot. You need to keep spinning and spinning for them to line up again. Would it be however many chain links there are? I don't know, but it would take forever. That's really just for installation. But we're gonna check for RT for Tony's. Bam, bam. And these guys going to the deck. Perfect, this is good. We're golden. Oh, and if you heard those clicks at the beginning, that is this ratcheting and resetting its tension. Now this also needs oil pressure as well, which it'll get when we start it. I'm trying, guys. I'm curious how many revolutions till these things line up again. Is it gonna be this one? I think it might be this one. We're losing trans fluid and everything. I'm pumping everything out of here. Let's line this guy up. That was 21 revolutions. There's some math you can do with the amount of chain links and the amount of teeth on the sprockets. It's kind of crazy voodoo magic. I either have to go one more or another 21, but just another way to check is now these lines line up to each other. Same thing here, and we're at top dead where we need to be. But let's just do one more, I'm curious. So that's one more complete revolution, so actually 2. And now that's another one, and our yellow's all over the place. We'd have to spin that over some more. Now I'm starting to lose trans fluid because this thing is a pumping machine and I'm making a mess. But anyway, we're good. Before we get the front timing cover on, I just kind of want to be done with the valve train, and this is sort of the last part. This is a cam follower that activates the high pressure fuel pump. So you can see it's a roller, and you'll notice this cam right here, it's a little bit different than the other ones. Well, it's wider, but it also doesn't have a valve that it activates. Its only job is pumping fuel. And so this bolts up this way, and our fuel pump is gonna go right on top. So we'll slide this on. Now I can bolt this in. Comes with some beefy, beefy hardware, let me tell you. And we'll go ahead and torque this guy down. Don't want you going anywhere. We need fuel. And this is gonna move up and down, so we'll give it some oil for first start. Next up, we have our variable valve timing solenoids. They go right there. They tell you that they are Hyundai and Kia. Were Hyundai and Kia a separate company at one point, and then they merged? And one of the agreements was that they both wanted to be inscribed on all parts. It was like the Hyundai brother and the Kia brother, and they fought a vicious battle. They were mortal enemies and then became allies later. Sounds like a cool story. Either way, we got this going on. They make everything so easy. Look at it, it's got an R for right. And you can't mess it up, but they still put it on there. This guy is torqued 6.5 foot-pounds. We have this one on as well. And now I can clean up this front timing cover and we can start throwing some stuff away. I don't need any of this unless I want a cool necklace. Actually, this is kind of a cool necklace. Yeah, it's pretty good, especially with the chains. You know, you walk into a car meet like this, do you do like Kia engine with the markings? Yeah. Yeah, it's stuck to my mic magnet. Cool. We have quite a few seals to dig out of here, like this guy. And there's one there, and one there, and one there. And then we have to pay attention to RTV. So you can see there's RTV where the bolts go through everywhere. You don't want to forget any of these. And I've taken a picture of this before, so when I go back together, it goes back together properly and doesn't leak. With the seals out, we want to take away the big chunks of RTV before we get our wheel out. This is our carbide scraper. It works really well. And it's just a lot more reusable than little razor blades all the time. And it's gentle also. I've dug out a ton of RTV. Yeah, they go in grooves on this timing cover. It's kind of a pain, but we'll see. This should help out. I'll be able to get in there a little bit. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Let's move on to this guy. How are you feeling today? You're gonna be a pain in the butt too. These flat surfaces are easy. Little scrape. Clean. Okay. That's not horrible, I guess. Hit this with some brake clean now. I think I've got most of it. This will show me the areas I need to work on more, but we're looking pretty good. Okay, got our front crank seal out. And now we have to install a few rubber seals. And we're using the MB sunroof grease, as it doesn't discriminate what kind of engine it goes on. Kia's is good too. So lube that up, pop it in. And then we have 4 of these guys. One here. All right, now we have a lot of RTVing to do. And we're gonna go around all of the bolt holes and get everywhere. Now we also have what Kia calls a T-joint, which is this little cavity here that we need to put extra sealant in, I guess. We're gonna follow those instructions too. And we also have to get RTV around every hole that a bolt goes through. This was a pain in the butt to clean. It'll be a pain for the next guy at 250,000 miles. All right, so now this part here, we kind of have to like fill this cavity right here. That was a pain to clean, but it is what it is. Yeah, lots of RTV going on. Here's one of our T-joints again that gets a little extra love. Man, this thing is never coming off or leaking. Now, even though we have RTV on the cover, the instructions specifically say to add some more where it meets the cylinder head, and I'm gonna do that. I don't want any problems. We even put RTV on the other side of the gasket there too. And then here for the oil pan. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're good, people. God, you cannot mess this part up. Don't want to have to clean that again. I also like to soak a little bit of oil into the chains, down the guides. And again, it's all for that first initial start. Keep everything nice and lubricated. And I like my 100-year-old oiling can. It's pretty cool. Here we go, here we go. Do not mess this up, Alex. This just took like 2 hours of cleaning. Okay, luckily we have these studs right here, which kind of guide us. Thank you, Kia. So we go in like that and like that. That's really nice. This is it. Did I forget anything? I don't think I forgot anything. This RTV looks good. She's on. Okay, now I think we have literally like 35 bolts, and they have 3 different torque specs too that we have to follow as well. All right, here we go with our bolts. So many bolts. Here are all the bolts. I'm gonna put these in with the gun. I've got all 28 bolts in here. I'm just going around torquing away. I've got all the little guys. I got these big bolts. These are 50 foot-pounds. All right, that's it. That's it. This thing is torqued. It is glued on. This is looking like an engine again. We can keep going on assembling everything with our front cover. Bam. You can see these sensors have a plunger like that, and that actually lines up with the front of the cam as well. Just push right in. Next, I'm installing the front crank seal. Now we can go back together with our harmonic balancer. This guy is keywayed. Slides right on, nice. I'm also replacing the harmonic balancer bolt, cheap insurance. Before we replace our water pump, I'm gonna install this in the valley of the engine. So this is kind of a pass-through for coolant and a connection for one of the coolant pipes, but it also has the oil pressure sensor. So the bottom is fed oil pressure. It's totally closed off from coolant. It's just a multi-purpose piece, if you will. But before we do that, we're gonna replace this sensor because it's a nightmare to replace with the engine in. Hit this off with the gun. These are actually pretty problematic sensors, and as you can imagine, the intake needs to come off and it's buried back there. So I spent $100 on a factory Kia genuine sensor, so we can add that to the list. Peace of mind right there. I have a new seal ring in front, new gasket down below. Those were 18 bucks total. And now this guy can slide right in, like so. Okay, that's torqued in there. I always do a second pass just to make sure. All right, that is done. So many different ways we could go right now. Front cover, we could do injectors, valley, valve covers, turbos. I don't know, just gonna start pointing at stuff and putting it on. I grabbed the water pump next, so new seal, new gasket with the water pump. We're looking at $300. And again, I got this right from the dealership. Lots of different size bolts to get in here, but we'll get it. All right, we'll tighten these guys up. Now, you may be wondering, Alex, why did you go with all dealership parts for this engine? Well, the price difference wasn't that much less. I mean, I could probably save like maybe 20, 25%, something like that. But on such a nice, newer car, this thing is such a great example. I figured I'd make that up in value of the car, especially being able to prove that I rebuilt the whole thing with actually factory parts. So sometimes there is a case for buying dealership parts. Don't do it all the time. All right, we're getting there. Give this guy a nice little torquey torque, and we'll be done with the water pump. Next up, I want to start covering this engine so it's just exposed less. And we have to get valve covers on anyway, so I popped on a new valve cover gasket. There she is. And it's gonna make me feel good to start getting rid of all of these bolts. So many, look at that. All right, let's zip these guys down. All right, looking good. Torquing up the valve cover now, starting from the middle, and I'll just go around inside out. That side's torqued, and now we can install our driver's side valve cover like that. Little RTV goes in a couple corners where it meets the head. And other than that, it's just lots of bolts, but we're getting there. Now we can get our spark plugs back in. She's got real firepower now. All right. I'm replacing all of the ignition coils. These were $22 each. So if there are any mathematicians out there that are able to multiply 22 times 6, that's how much we have in coils. There we go. With our valve covers, plugs, and coils installed, let's get to the valley and really kind of start to seal this engine up. So next we have fuel injectors that didn't always look this way. They looked more like this, kind of nasty at the tips, but I stuck them in the ultrasonic for a few hours, cleaned them right up. You can see how tiny the orifices are where the fuel squirts out. So cleanliness is important, and so is sealing. So this has these tiny little rubber seals in here, and I'm gonna try and cut them out. These things are a pain in the butt to remove, even with my pick tool. It's just hard to get at them. Get out. Gloves coming off. Might be able to kind of, no, gloves coming back up. I'm totally gonna stab myself at some point during this injector seal replacement. Get out of here. Aha. All right, I broke it. Sweet. That's what I wanted. So we have 6 of these little guys and then 6 rings that go up top. So this is actually like $130 in seals. So we can add that to the list too. Here's our new one. I got a little bit of NB sunroof grease on there. I gotta just work it around. I mean, we gotta be gentle, but firm. We gotta let this thing know who's boss. Okay, think I got it? Oh man, that is really loose. Like, I don't like that at all. I messed up. That is not how you install one of these injector compression seals. There's actually a special tool that I one day ordered. That tool is right here, which I'll show you in a minute. So you do cut these off. So just a little razor blade and a slice, and then they come right off like that, and you can throw them out. All right, here's our new one. I ordered 2 more just in case I mess this up again. So we're gonna get some MB sunroof grease on this tool and on our compression seal, and we'll lube it up. Now we're gonna put the tool on the injector like this. It slides over, and it's a pain in the butt, but you gotta push this down with your fingers. So we're gonna get it all the way, then we're gonna just drop it off right where it needs to be. Now, it is normal to see it loose like this. So we're gonna install the injectors. I'll pull them out and you'll see this will shrink up a little bit. Anyway, 4 more to go. Next, let's get our high pressure fuel pump back on. It fits in like this. Okay, there is a spring on here. We're just gonna draw this in gently. So slowly on each side. This fuel pump gets activated by our camshaft. You guys saw the engine build video. All right, that should be good. Before we install the injectors, there is an updated sub harness for this oil pressure sensor. So we're gonna plug that in like that. Now we have a large coolant tube, fresh O-rings, of course. This thing was actually pretty tough to get out. Oh, look at how easy it is to get it in. Cool, all right. And there's one little bolt that holds it down. It goes right in here. All right, now we are ready for injectors. Injectors looking good with all their new seals. And if I remember correctly, we need to get this side down first. Put that in there. Push these on down like that. And actually, let's pull them right back out. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. Yeah, these have completely conformed right around the injector so they're not loose anymore. Okay, perfect. Woo, that's what I wanted to see. All right, so this guy's going in first, and now that should give us enough room to get the driver's side injectors in. Okay, there we go. I ended up having to put these 3 bolts in to draw this in to give me enough clearance. It's very tight, let me tell you. Let's pull these out, okay. Just wanna make sure these have all seated down. All right, now we can do the final. And we'll get our bolts in. Need those. And we'll draw these guys in. All right, people, we have fuel. Yes, click. Fuel injectors are in. Something important to remember is this fuel line has to go on now before we install a gigantic rear coolant block. So we'll get this thing started. This is the high pressure feed off the pump. It's a pretty important part of the engine, I'd say. Yeah, this bolt right here you can't get it out with the big coolant block, which is that guy. Other than that, this engine is very well thought out and put together. There hasn't been anything where you know that the engineers and the technicians hate each other. The engineers did a pretty good job, except for that one bolt. So whoever designed the placement of that one bolt, you're fired. Our piles are getting much, much smaller. There's not that many bolts left. Okay, kind of, but you know what time it is? Turbo time, turbo time. And hang on, speaking of turbos, my GLS 63 AMG has twin turbos and a V8 engine. And you guys can enter to win this beautiful 7-seater, 600 horsepower SUV plus $5,000 cash. All you have to do is pick up anything at LegitStreetCars.com. I'll leave a link down below. Every dollar you spend gets you one entry point. And for a limited time, we are doing double the entry points on the LegitStreetCars detail brushes. You guys are gonna love these brushes. I use them to clean up interiors. And then I have another set for the exterior. They even have a 90-degree head. They're awesome. And also for a limited time, we're gonna do double the points on the entry packs. So we're coming to the tail end on the GLS 63 giveaway. If you wanna enter, now is the time. Oh yeah. Okay. Table. Didn't want to let it go. Gotta do a few things at the same time. Get the drain out of the way and the feed out of the way so this can slide in the way like that. Is that in the way? I don't know if that's in the way. In the way's bad, right? I don't really know, but all I know is that we have a turbo. Stay. I better get some nuts started before this thing falls out on me. Now you are secure. You ain't going nowhere, buddy. I mean, you could. I haven't tied any nuts, but in like 8 minutes, you ain't going nowhere. Ah, wants to go somewhere. Okay, this one has, I think, one easy bolt right in the bottom. The other ones, we gotta spend a long time wrenching. Oh, wait a minute. No, there's another one that's easy here, too. Sweet. But still, long time wrenching up here. Don't mind me, just wrenching away. Why did the wrench get all the credit? People are always like, what are you doing this weekend? I'm gonna be wrenching. It's like, what about ratcheting? The ratchet is like, you know, saves us time. It's a great tool. Wrenching, or why not screwdrivering? You know, no love for the screwdriver? I gotta change this, people. You know, just gonna start saying, what are you working on this weekend? I'm pry barring and hammering. No wrenches? No, I need those wrenches. Except right now, I really need this wrench. I'm definitely wrenching right now. Oh, this one I can actually get the ratcheting wrench on. Oh, that is so nice. Oh my gosh, what a great invention this was. Look at that. Oh, it's like 10 seconds versus like 4 minutes. That's it. When people ask, I'm gonna tell them, I'm not wrenching, I'm ratcheting, wrenching. That's the move. Click, get out, wrench, get out. Oil drain is a pain in the butt, but the 210s are tight, new seal. That was included in the head gasket kits. We already accounted for that. I don't remember if I accounted for that new harness for the oil pressure sensor, but that was 42 bucks. And we have our new seals for the feed, so we can give that a nice tighten. There we go. Next, we have a turbo heat shield. Very nice little piece, I must say. Protecting all the heat from getting out and burning stuff. Nice. Driver's side turbo going on. Yeah. And that's satisfying. Just click it right on. You know, lots of nuts. There's 6 nuts that hold it on this side and only 4 on that side. I've never seen exhaust manifolds essentially have a different amount of fasteners. It's Kia for you. You guys ever get a boatload of new parts and you're looking at some of them and you're like, I don't remember where that goes. I've never seen it before. That's what I was getting for this. This guy here. Right here, I'm like, I have taken this whole engine apart. I don't remember this. So I'm over here replacing the intake manifold seals, and look what I found. It's right here. I had to disconnect this hose. Yeah, I think it pops out this way. There we go. All right, yeah, this would definitely be a wear item, and this plastic can definitely wear out and crack, and this is a seal as well. So, okay, we're replacing that too. That'd be a pain in the butt later. Little MB sunroof grease. That was a little excessive there, but this stuff is amazing, so probably give it another horsepower too. Look at this thing. Look at this. It's a thing of beauty. Before the intake manifold goes on, we can install, there we go, our fuel injector cover that reduces noise because these things can be kind of loud. With both of these guys replaced, we're going back together with our lower intake manifold. Get on there. There we go. Okay. All right. Just need a little persuasion. There she is. This is all kind of, sort of starting to come back to me. Yep, this coolant hose goes right there. All right, let's get some bolts first. Oh, and if you guys remember, these bolts are a pain in the butt to remove. They got a little crustification on them. Luckily, I have a decrustification machine. It's a custom tool from Kia Hyundai. Some of you may know it as a wire wheel, but it's a decrustification machine. I clean these up a bit. I'm just gonna spray a little WD on these, like that. When was the last time you used some good old-fashioned WD? WD, it smells so good. Just a good general all-purpose lubricant. So whoever the next guy is that has to take this intake manifold off, hopefully in like 10 years from now, they might not get stuck for you. Thank you. You're welcome, dude from the future. What kind of future are you living in? An AI future. Where will this car be in 10 years? That's a good question. Do a good old-fashioned zip zam zoo on this guy. All right, going around, giving her a torque. Yeah, I can't believe how hard these were to get out. It's only 23 foot-pounds. That's corrosion for you, though. That's it. That's torqued. This thing's been getting in my way the whole project. I finally get to bolt you in. Could have done this a long time ago. This is just the coil connectors for this side. Keeps flopping around. No more flopping. What are you, LeBron James? NBA fans, LeBron James? Flops a lot. I know a lot of people hate LeBron. I'll admit, whenever he comes to Chicago, I go and see him though, especially now that it's almost over. I mean, gotta respect the career, right? But he's a flopper. I mean, let's just be real. He flops. No more LeBron. Oh, and LeBron, if you're watching, I was totally just kidding. Yeah, I didn't mean that at all. Invite me to a game, courtside. Next, I have the rear coolant block. This is a big chunk. I've been dying to get this back on the engine. I'm gonna go ahead and nickname this part Big Chunky. Big Chunky, dude. You're going back on. All right. That slid into the pipe that was underneath the fuel injectors. You guys remember that pipe? It was a good pipe. We'll bolt Big Chunky up. I'm sorry, Big Chunky. Not that chunky. You're like Big Boned. Your aluminum is thick. Yeah, you're good looking, don't worry. Rear coolant manifold is bolted up. Now we have this piece of foam, which I could not remember where it went. I had to look back at some old footage and it just sits in there like that. Now we can snap in some coolant tubes. This one's on the passenger side turbo like that. And this one slides in over the driver's side turbo like that. Tubes are all tightened up. I've gone around and attached some various brackets and hoses. And I think we're good to start kind of, you know, swooping this guy over, lining stuff up. Swoop, swoop, swoop. I've got the harness generally in place. And yeah, now we can start to line stuff up. I screwed in a lot of bolts so I wouldn't forget where anything went. So now I can take those out, zip them in, we'll be good. This is satisfying stuff right here, guys. It's all coming together. I mean, it's been coming together for a while. Something about the harness going back on that just makes it look complete. Where does this go? Where does this go? Oh yeah, it's gonna go right. Yes. Yes. Oh, we kind of got the yellow to line up. Oh, and then what do we got here? What do we got here? Little connector. Perfect. Oh, a little clip goes right here too. Bam. Nice. It's not really reaching. Maybe that's not where it goes. Does look like that's where it goes. I didn't even take this one off. Oh, look at this. I loosened it up. It needed to face this way. Now it reaches, clips in. Bam. So, anywho, don't mind me. Just going around, clipping things in. I don't really know where that goes yet, but we'll figure it out. We got a connector right there. 3 options. It's that one. It's that one. You guys lost out. Sorry. 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 I've got everything connected back here, including our crank sensor, sneaky little fella. But before we get too carried away, I want to install the coolant pipes for the turbo. I mean, we may have gotten carried away when we removed the engine and ripped it half apart to replace a valve, but, you know, don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. I don't know. We got to get this on. It goes right there. Oh, lines up with that bolt. So it mounts up in here. And then look at these really nice factory silicone hoses. Like, real silicone hoses last a very, very long time. It's really cool. They're gonna slide on like that. This one goes on like so. There we go. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should have done those before this, but it's okay. We got it. And then don't forget your hose clamps. That would stink to forget those. And then you have a coolant leak in the back. That would probably hard to get to. It'd be like there-ish. Now we have all new seal rings on our banjo bolts, and there's 2 for each turbo. So push one in like that, and get a seal ring on the other side. Don't drop it. Yeah. All right, she's on. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and thread these in. Definitely always start stuff by hand. Don't ever get your tool and ram a jam. You only got 1 turbo. I mean, you got 2, but you know, you don't wanna mess up the threads in either one. Snug them up with the gun, and then by hand. Click. Our next turbo coolant lines are attached to the oil cooler / oil filter housing that bolts up like this. And this hose will go to our new water pump. That's what was leaking in the last one. So just like that, we are coolant piped up. That is all done. Plugged in a bunch more stuff as well. We're moving, people. We are almost at the point of lifting this up into the car and getting it to start. It's upper plenum time. You guys remember the upper plenum? Like, this is like one of the first major things I took off in the first video when I was hopeful that it didn't need an engine out repair. It was very easy to do. Much easier now. All right, let's speed things up, guys. We're gonna zip zam zoo this thing on. Just because I'm dying to drive this thing, we're gonna zip zam zoo the torque too. All right. she's on. It's like if you ever have a big job and you just want to get it done quicker, just do the zip zam zoo thing. It really works. We're almost there. Throttle body, you get some love too. I just had to run over to the Kia dealer to get this seal. It was $7.63. We'll add that to the list. It's for the oil filter housing. It's not leaking, but this guy's pretty flat. And I gotta say, the head gasket kit, it was missing a lot of stuff. All the injector O-rings, all of the crush washers for the oil and coolant bolts that go through the turbo. None of that was included. You gotta take it all apart. I don't get that. Anyway, let's get this guy out. Goodbye. All right, new seal going in. Now we got some MB sunroof grease on this bad boy. Look at that, so much better. Wow, the other one was flattened out. Look at that, how much it's supposed to stick out. Cool. We'll clean this up. All right, this guy's going back on. Back home, filter and cool my oil, please. Thank you. Give these a little hand tighten, and this front of the engine is looking pretty good. This is the connection to the cooling system. Or a little clamp over, perfect. This will be a good time for a new oil filter. Nice and easy with the engine out. Screw in. Okay. I don't know why I said it was easy. Dude, what is inside of here? Should be the easiest part of the project. What in the world? All right, hang on a second. Let's get that on first. That's on all the way. This is insane. Oh, I think I got it. Oh my gosh. Never mind, I got it. I know how to do oil filters. Yeah, I'm a professional. I gotcha. Now we have our water pump pulley that is indexed. Wow, that is so nice. Thank you, Kia. It's got a keyway. I'm installing a new belt tensioner. The original was leaking. This was $128. Well worth it while we're in here. Just installed this bolt here. Tighten that guy up. Sweet. This thing is ready to tension. Even though our original belt was in good shape, I bought a new belt from Kia, $47.50. I love new belts. It looks like they have little diamonds in them. And because ain't nobody got time for not getting a belt on quickly, I took a picture of the belt before it came apart. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. What was that lady's name? I forgot, but she didn't have time. Woo woo. That's a different guy. Woo woo. It's only in the morning.
That's only in the morning. Yeah. You supposed to be up cooking breakfast or somebody. You
have any idea what I'm talking about right now? There's like early viral videos on the internet. I forgot this hose. The belt goes like through the hose. Forgot all about that. That is not a good design. Kia did good on everything else, except for that one bolt in the back. Ugh. This has to go in here, then you put your hose on. Kind of weird. You gotta lose coolant to change the belt. Why? Why, Kia? I almost forgot I got a new idler pulley too. Like the belt, there's nothing really wrong with it, but say it with me, people. While you're in there. If you guys are wondering if I'm like keeping this thing forever, no, I'm not. I don't know. I just like doing stuff right, except for grabbing the wrong socket. At some point, I will sell the old Kia Stinger LSE for sale at gmail.com if you're interested. Well, we should probably see how this whole engine turns out first, right? Now, I can release the tension. Slide the belt over the alternator. There we go. Okay, is that on everything? We're good? We're good? We're golden? Yep, now we're golden. I don't know about you, but that is one beautiful accessory drive. Kia, Hyundai, made in Germany. It's global economy, people. You know what? That's not a beautiful accessory drive. That's totally wrong. I stopped paying attention to my picture. I'm like, I got this, no problem. This goes here, like that. Okay. Much, much better. These belts are grooved on both sides, so sometimes it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. At least that's my excuse right now, I don't know. But I do know that no one wants to see this bolt right here. Next up, we have what I like to call the boost T. It's where all the stuff happens. Connects both of the turbos, one on this side and one on this side as well. Get on there. So it blends the air from both turbos and it all comes out this right here. This whole thing's just held down with a couple nuts. Welcome back home, Boost T. Do you guys remember the stupid caps that are on these hose clamps? Did figure out that you can remove them. Some pliers, just kind of shimmy. Yeah, there we go. They come off. This is just ridiculous. Why? Why? And then it's just a regular hose clamp like that. We've been doing this for, hundreds of years. And we can tighten this up with a regular socket. Now, something to think about when you're putting stuff back together is it's really tempting and easy to tighten this going this way where it's facing forward. But remember, there's gonna be a fan and radiator there. If we ever have to take this apart, let's angle it down. That would be the easiest once this is in the car. and we can tighten it that way. What I'm gonna install next has to do with the brake booster and vacuum system. This goes to the booster and then it splits off into various different areas. And there was nothing wrong with the old one until I messed it up. Now, as cool as the BVZC option is, I forgot to disconnect it, so it broke this off, and that Alex boo-boo cost $130 for, they don't sell anything separate for this. All right, now this whole conglomeration of stuff goes somewhere like that. Don't really remember. Slides on, okay. Well, I gotta say, this looks promising. Venture to say this bracket goes here. We've got this guy routed properly. Hose clamps have been clamped, and I am just going around just looking at everything, making sure I didn't forget anything, especially back here. That would stink. But yeah, I think we're looking good. I also like to kind of tug on all the connectors, make sure nothing's gonna pop out. Good feel on everything. It's just worth its weight in gold. This will be hooked up to the car, so will this. So will our low pressure feed to the pump. But yeah, we're looking good, guys. We're looking good. It's time. It's time to lower the stinger. I just moved the table around and yeah, I think it's a pretty decent spot. Here we go. Think we can get this one shot? Just kidding. There's no way. Can you imagine? I just kept going, just closed my eyes. I was like, it's gonna be fine. Okay, I'm not doing that. Freaked out already. Okay, let's see where we're at. Oh yeah, we gotta go back a little. Look, Kia gives you arrows. It's like this way, it's a runway. Okay, so I just brought the car down a little actually because I forget this table goes up pretty high. This will just be more comfortable for everybody, and I can look like the Captain Morgan pirate dude. Arr, I have my ship ready. No time. Kia. What are you guys working on this weekend? Maybe the house, a little painting project possibly? Some trim, plumbing? Got a clogged S pipe or something? I don't know. I'm gonna loosen up this throttle body. Try and kind of get it out of the way. Okay, there's all the bolts. Great. Great. This thing is just getting right next to the frame, and I don't like that. So let's do one of these for now, and that should be out of our way. I've gone up a little bit more, but this is the kind of room we're dealing with here, guys. It's like, what do you got there, 20 thou? The steering shaft has been a total nightmare, but I think we're past that part now. And we can start going up. So far, so good. We're lined up pretty good. Going up. Yeah. I'm on the driver's side as well. We're lined up. Okay, we're pretty much maxed out. It's hitting in the back. So at this point, we can start our subframe bolts. I love cars that aren't rusty. That's perfect. All right, we got them all started. Let's do a little on each. Yeah, it's pretty much maxed out. That's it. All right, we can go up with the car. The table has been relieved of its duty. Oh, look at that. It's back. She's back. Oh, it's a momentous occasion. The table is coming out. We'll give this thing a good clean, and then I keep this up front in the foyer, basically in the office, because I have no room. One day, I'll get a bigger shop. One day. We're wasting no time here, people. Drive shaft going in. So you have to put the shield on the exhaust first, because we won't be able to get to the center support bearing with that in. All right, I've got the bolts in for the center support. Tighten these guys up. Now we can bring the transmission up into place. Trans is being held in by its own powers. And now we can go back together with our control arms. You guys remember we had to take the rack out for this bolt because it goes in this way. And the rack is right here. Our really heavy rack is going in. Not gonna lie, I don't really, oh yeah, it goes this way. There we go. Something along these lines. All right, we got the bolt started. Rack is in. Very nice. Plug this guy in. Bam. All right, ready to assist in steering. Get our tie rods in. It's exhaust time. My shop's getting so cleaned up right now. This is great. I love installing big chunks of parts. Now, if you guys remember, I had to torch these out, so I did anti-seize them. Make it easier for the next guy. There you go. Exhaust is done. I got everything else wrapped up, tightened up, and we are draining out our oil like I should have done in the beginning. Look at the crush washer for the drain plug. That's been used a lot. All right, I got a new crush washer. And I'll put this guy back in. All right, she's down, and with in an engine, and we honestly don't have all that much work left to do. Kia did a really, really good job of kind of making this easy to work on, except that goes the other way. Gotta be smarter than the Kia. There you go, that one like that. Bam, pretty much done. There you go. Plug it in the ECU right now. I don't know what this module is, but just call it the TCU. Not really sure. Oh yes, very nice. It's just a well put together engine, I gotta say, overall. Here's that piece that I broke. Nice. Booster's hooked up. We can snap in our low pressure fuel right there, like that, yep. And we got our return. Got the AC lines back on. Now we can hook up our upper radiator hose. Throttle body going back on. Okay, that's torqued. Plug it back in, cool. Air boxes going in. Big clamp there, hooks up to the front. Nice cold air induction, must say. I think the last step are the boost pipes. So this one goes down over here, somewhere in this vicinity. The Kia is ready to start, but I have it up in the air because I can't figure out where in the world these bolts go. They look like under the car suspension steering type of bolts. I mean, I've literally looked everywhere. I have no idea where these would go. All of this stuff is done. I don't know, all the exhaust, everything. These just look like undercar kind of grimy bolts too. You never want to have bolts left over after an engine job, but those are not like engine bolts. That would freak me out if they were clean and oily. I'd be like, no. I spent another 10 minutes looking. I cannot figure this out. These are also 15mm heads. During this whole project, they were 12s, 14s, and 16s. There was no 15s anywhere. I don't know if these are from another car. It's possible. I'm just gonna go for it though. I hope you're not for this car. Outside of the engine cover and a couple strut tower braces, everything is complete under the hood. I put some good flush oil in there, so we'll be getting this up to operating temperature. Maybe driving it and then draining it and putting some good AMS oil in, but yeah, fingers crossed, people. Let's do this. Here we go, people. Here we go. Just reconnected the battery. Come on, Kia. You can do it. First start, first start. Here we go. It's gonna take a little while. Oh, there it is. There it is. She's alive. She's alive. Oh my gosh. This is so exciting. It's probably gonna get smoky eventually. All right, here she is. Wow. Smooth as glass already. So we're gonna wait for it to idle down a little bit. Yeah, no weird noises, nothing. A little bit of smoke is gonna burn off of the exhaust and everything. Yeah, so far so good. Running smooth, that's awesome. And you gotta check underneath pretty much right away, make sure stuff isn't pouring out. We're looking good. She's still at cold start idle right now. Give it a little throttle, let's listen to it. Yeah, sounds great. Woo! All right, cool, cool, sweet. All right, I'm gonna be going around looking at everything. We'll lift it up in the air, make sure we're all good, and I think we might be all good to try and drive this thing in a few minutes. We got a Kia Stinger running again. Well, that's awesome. I'm sorry, I mean Kia Stinger GTS. Garage door is open. We got coolant going in. We got our little bleeder tool. Got our Kia running again. Now we have coolant, everything, no check engine light, no nothing. And it has warmed up a little, so it's idled down. Smooth as glass. And I can't believe this, but we didn't smoke out the shop. I mean, I did pour oil in the cylinders and everything. But look at this, we got nothing. And yeah, this sounds great. So if you guys remember when I first got this, at the tailpipe, it sounded like this. Oh, that's not good. So you could clearly tell it was missing. Not anymore. This is awesome. When I got this car, it was missing its cover. So I found one on eBay for 150 bucks. Well worth it. Oh yeah. All right, there's that, looking good. All right, wheel is going back on. Hopefully we can clean up these brakes. They're a little rusty, but the life is there. Like they look newer. They just sat around for a while, probably because they had a bad engine. Not anymore. It's been about 20 minutes of running. Our fan just kicked on, so yeah, we're at full operating temperature. Let's just change this oil and then go for a ride. Our fan's running with the engine off. It's normal on a lot of cars. So I'm gonna drain out our fresh oil. I know this always seems like a waste to me too, but we're getting the engine assembly lube out and all that kind of stuff. It's probably gonna be a little hot. I have to get out of the way here really quick. Don't burn me, bam. All right, there we go. Yeah, see? That's just all the stuff we added in there. The ARP stuff on the head bolts, everything's just washing away. Yeah, overall, she is pretty clean. Only got about 20 minutes of runtime. Here's our new but used oil filter. You can see little bits of black and whatnot. That's just from the cleaning discs and whatnot. But yeah, no sparkly goodness, that's good. Slap a new Kia filter on. Maybe I can get this better this time. No, they're just a pain in the butt to start the threads. Come on. All right, I got the oil filter on. We're just gonna clean everything up with some brake cleaner. And we should be good. Everything is minty fresh, dry under here. It's time for our under engine panels. I can remember how these go. Yeah, that looks good. Going back together with the good stuff. We got our AMSOIL 530. All right, that's it guys. Let's go for a ride. Ooh, this thing's dirty. Here we go, people. Just hop it in my Kia. My Stinger GTS. Just beeped at me. Servicing 174 miles. Yeah, we just did you, buddy. 1 of 800 in Federation Orange. Every one of the 800 was Federation Orange for the GTS. Now, the big question, do we have drift mode or is just this auto drift mode because it's rear wheel drive? I don't know. And you know what? Let's hear this thing. Yeah, she's quiet. Quiet, but mighty. Oh, she's in the sun. It's Stinger drive time, people. Oh, she's peppy. Oh, this thing is quick. It supposedly runs a low 13, high 12. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is awesome. Drive straight as an arrow. I can't wait to clean up this interior. Oh man, definitely got to do that. It handles so well. This thing feels like a new car. Oh, we're cleaning up those brakes, that's for sure. Oh my gosh, the boost kicks in like there's no lag. This is amazing. All right, hold on, drive mode. We were in comfort, now we're in sport. Oh, let's see what she's got now. Oh. Dude, Kia Stinger GTSs are pretty awesome. And they're hatchbacks. Like, this is a very usable car. And I gotta say, it's very, very comfortable. Like, the seating is great. Everything's in a good spot. Let's do a little bump test here. Yeah, no rattles, no nothing. This thing has 123,000 miles on it too. You'd never know, like outside of being dirty, but it's gonna clean up. Oh, look at this little area here. Whoa! Okay, we're not officially in drift mode, but it just wants to drift. In sport mode, I held the traction control down for 3 seconds to fully turn everything off. And I figured out launch mode. I just floor it. Launch control ready. So we got that. There's no indication of drift mode. So it doesn't matter if it's the all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. It won't tell you you're in drift mode. Basically though, with all the traction control off and in sport mode, it's gonna send 80% to the rear and it will send up to 100 when it notices steering wheel input, like as if you're drifting. So it does that automatically. This is the rear-wheel drive. So yeah, it's always in drift mode basically. Let's try launch control. Oh, you don't need all-wheel drive. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you don't need all-wheel drive. Like this thing it boogies. Oh man, that's so cool. It's a Kia Stinger. All right, well, we have the traction control off. So in all seriousness, we should test drift mode a little. It's not my fault. Let's test. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, traction control kind of kicked in. Did I not have it fully off? Traction control disabled. Okay, I messed up there. User error. Woo! Oh yeah! Oh, all right. That was more like a donut. I will admit I don't really have anywhere to actually go drifting, but I can confirm that it will do donuts and probably drift really well too. Something's kicking in. Oh, now it's downshifting for me? Traction control's still kicking in. Maybe there is real drift mode that I'm not doing right. Because yeah, just around there, I was matted and something kicked in. Now we enter a turn. Woo! Okay, it definitely gets sideways, but some kind of traction control, I believe, is kicking in. I don't know. Man, this transmission shifts on a dime, too. This car is awesome. It is in such good shape. It handles so well. Woo. Oh, man. I don't think you need the all-wheel drive, guys. I really don't. Maybe for daily driver duty, like in the snow, but other than that, rear-wheel drive's sweet. All right, let's test our 0 to 60. Launch control ready. Oh, it skips around a little. She is quick. She is quick. Let's see, what do we got? Okay, we've been kind of hot lapping at 6.3. What's 0 to 60 on a 2019 Kia Stinger GTS? 4.7, I'm way off, way off. We were kind of spinning there, and yeah, it's probably heat soaked like crazy. I definitely believe it'll do 4.7, like right off the line, you can tell it's like detuned probably for the heat, and then it kicks in and spins, so you're saying. Maybe you do need all-wheel drive. Now that we have the engine all fixed up, it's time for something very important that requires a garbage can, and that is cleaning out this disgusting food-infested interior. Oh, and by the way, take a look at the key on this thing. That's pretty cool. The buttons are on the side. But what's not cool is just all of this garbage. We got to get rid of all of this stuff. I mean, how? How do people keep their cars like this? How? I mean, look at this. Look at this. We got an REM CD. Stop everything. Is it in here? Oh, it's only $1.99. Wow, the good old days. Yes, it's in here. Is it in good shape? Yes, it's in like mint condition. Look at that. This is worth more than $1.99 to me. This is awesome. But this stuff's not. Okay, this, we're not missing any of those, so I don't know why that's there. But all of this, say goodbye. This is gonna be such a nice car, guys. Wait until you see this transformation, the before and after of this interior, because this interior has good bones. It's got good bones. And what I mean by good bones is nothing is actually cut up or destroyed. Look at the driver's seat bolster, excellent condition. And although everything is nasty in here, all the buttons are in good shape. They just have a layer of garbage on them. All right, here's all the garbage we got out, and I'm just gonna blow everything out. That's why we're outside. Everything in here looks pretty much organic. It's mostly food, so got the blue blower. This, I'm not exactly sure what that is. Yeah. All right, so we're just kind of got all the doors open. Just kind of blowing it out that way. Get in here too. Oh, look at that. Woo. Wow, that looks better already. God, I'd say this is salt, but I'm not sure. Not sure. It's pretty bad though. Oh man. Vacuum up this person's hair. Oh, that's a lot of hair. Look at that. Brown hair. Look, we got some pistachios or something. We got a key. Check it out, guys. I found a $50 in this car. 1972. I don't know if that's worth anything. Worth at least a $50, right? Kia coming back in. Beautiful. Okay, not really yet. Well, I must say, this thing definitely benefited from a little bit of a vacuum. Much better. Look at that. Back seat's not as gross, although we gotta work on that. But we're gonna go top to bottom. I don't wanna do the carpets first because I'm gonna sit in here and really clean, and I don't want my boots getting the carpet dirty again. All right, we're gonna be using some release and the LSC detail brushes. Our new ones have a 90-degree angle, like pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna do a lot of this. I typically don't spray right on modern cars' center consoles because of all the buttons, but if you get a little bit in here, it goes a long way. And so I'm doing a little bit of this and a little bit of wiping. I mean, we all know this has probably had coffee spilled directly on it and somehow it's still working, but we don't want to add any liquid to the electronics. We don't have to. A little bit of brushing and a little bit of wiping with our microfiber. It's already looking so much better. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Something else I like to do is hit this with compressed air. Pull up some of this nastiness. Just make sure to use a rubber tip because you don't want to accidentally scratch anything. We can give these a little brushing. Blowing out. Be gentle, take your time, or just don't be gross with your car and then you don't have to do this. Look at these cup holders. Ew. A little brushing. Yeah, we're just gonna be going over this a lot. Ooh, looking better. Okay, again, you gotta be careful. Stinks we're even in this position. Normally this stuff doesn't need to be cleaned very often, but we gotta do what we gotta do. You gotta get in there, press the buttons, get in between. I mean, this is what I'm talking about though with good bones. Like, this looks beautiful already. Wow. It's gonna be a nice car. So much nasty dead skin and whatever else is on this shifter. Not a huge fan of the old Kia Stinger shifter. They could have done better on that. When I first got this car, the center console shifter area looked like this. And after a little bit of cleaning, she looks like this. We still have some more to do, but a good start. I mean, it literally never ends. Everything's getting cleaned in here. Nice. And in here. Look at how much better that looks already. Nice. So something I'm nervous about is the Alcantara. This stuff, it just gets matted down and looks horrible. This is not a good place for Alcantara, let me tell you. This should be leather. All right, we're gonna soak it and we'll use our brush. And hopefully we can kind of agitate the natural fibers to come back up and just degrease this like crazy. Oh yeah. You know what, it's time for steam. Don't get too close with this, but He's gonna kill lots of germs and hopefully bring it back to life as well. All right, let's see what that did. Oh, that is looking much better. Wow. I found this on Amazon. It's Sonax Extreme, and it's supposedly good at cleaning Alcantara. So we're gonna try that as well. We shook this up. They said to let this sit in there for about 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll kind of rub it in. It's like shaving your beard. It actually smells really good. All right, so they say to clean off anything major first with water and soap. So that's what we just did, basically. But yeah, there we go. We're gonna let that sit. I don't know how far we're gonna get with the steering wheel, but again, Alcantara, just a horrible choice for anything that you need to touch all the time. So we're gonna spray some release on here first and try and get out as much dirt as possible. And we'll agitate with our brush. And we'll steam this up as well. And I'm gonna agitate and steam at the same time. We'll take this like a little area at a time. Give it a nice little wipe. Ooh. Whoa, guys, look at that. That is much better. And way less like diseases and bacteria. We don't want to be like patient 1 or patient 0 or whatever it is. I'm gonna keep going with this steamer. This is pretty nice. I'll do this all the way around and then we'll use that Sonax stuff. See if that'll help us too, but this is working out. Wow. This thing is still smoking, but we've cleaned this little area. And then if you go up here, yeah, I mean, look at how caked up that is. Nasty and less nasty. I gotta say, the center console is looking pretty good. It's been soaking for about 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna add a little more. And then I bought a kit that came with this brush specifically for Alcantara. And so now we're supposed to kind of work this in, I guess. All right, I've brushed this up pretty good. Now, I'm gonna hit it with some steam and wipe at the same time. Yeah, I'm keeping the steam kind of far away. This can damage interiors, leather, and everything, so you gotta be careful with it. But it's a pretty good tool, I must say. Wow. Gosh, I hope you can see this on camera, guys, but this looks so much better. Oh, man. I did the same treatment on the steering wheel, so it's been about 10 minutes now. I'm just gonna go around with the steam. Just wipe off any excess. Oh, that's beautiful, guys. Wow, I cannot believe this is coming back. I never thought that would happen. This Kia is amazing. I'm gonna clean up these seats now. In there with the back. Whoa, whoa. Oh, look at that. $1 bill in the seat. All right. 2013. Cha-ching. I'm spraying these guys down with some release. Vacuumed it as best as I can. And I'm just gonna get inside up here with our brush, just getting all the seams everywhere. This seat's gonna be so nice, guys. Oh, this is gonna be such a great transformation. And we're gonna hit up the steamer from far away on the leather. Don't wanna risk anything. Kill those germs, steamer. Kill them. Get them, boys. All right, I'm going to town here, soaking this salt or whatever this is. I'm gonna get this totally wet. I'm gonna go ahead and steam this salt, just kind of get it hot. You guys probably can't see any of this because of the steam, but I'm steaming it. I steamed all this. We're gonna do a little bit more release. And I got the drill brush in the mix here. Agitate with this. All right, it's pulling up a lot of it. Switch this guy out. This one works really well for areas like this too. Oh yeah, get all over the place in here as well. All right, next we have our carpet extractor. Oh yeah, that is getting it right up. Look at that. We're getting both of these in. It's like the Avengers. Oh yeah. Woo. Yeah, break it up. Suck it up. Get out of here. Oh, this is gonna be the cleanest carpet ever. All right, I've spent forever on this carpet and I've let it dry, but there's no more salt. And this came with some really nice floor mats, so those are installed. The seat's cleaned up so well. I mean, the back seat looks perfect. Door panels look great. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful floor mats. Oh, this Alcantara is so nice now. And check it out, this has ambient lighting in here. That's so cool. Yeah, overall, this interior just came out great. It is now a beautiful, beautiful place to be. Oh yeah, Kia. Well, I'm cruising this thing home right now. I like to put a lot of test miles on my cars before I consider them fully done. But so far, so good. Running great. I got the pano roof open. We're cruising. Great stereo in here too. It's the next morning. I've put about 25 miles on the Stinger GTS and it's doing great. Looking pretty in my driveway. Well, not really. It's pretty dirty. It's missing some parts. I do a cold start, but it's really quiet. System check, we're all good, except I gotta figure out how to reset that light. Hang on, I gotta get some gas in the Stinger. Wow, look at the prices now. That is nuts. It was just like $3.50 a gallon like 2 months ago. But don't worry, Stinger, I'll get you fuel. Okay, the car just died out. I was freaking out for a second, and then I remembered this. Oh, And she's back. It's got the auto start stop. You can turn it off though. We're gonna wash and detail this Kia up, and I have some new parts for it like this and some new wheels. It's gonna be awesome. And we're gonna take stickers off. What is this? Montreat College? Ooh, there's another one. I don't know where that is. Possibly in the Carolinas. Goodbye. All right, we're gonna do a very, very quick refresh that I think is gonna make a big difference on this guy. Look at all this dirt. See ya. Oh yeah. No more grimy nastiness. All right, we're getting under here too. Did all that work, we gotta make it look pretty. Woo! Foam cannon time, people. I don't know when the last time this guy was washed. It is gross. Oh yeah, look at that. Woo! All right, I'll wash it up. Rinse time. All this dirt and grime is going bye-bye. Look at our beautiful orange paint. It is now gigantic drying towel time. One swipe, and it's just dry. Kia's back in the shop looking pretty. This headlight looks pretty. This one definitely does not, but we can fix that. So we're gonna buff this out with a coarse pad and some coarse compound, and we should be able to make it clear again. This oxidation right off. I'm doing a second step with the fine pad. So I wiped it off in between, applied the fine compound as well. And this is looking so good. Oh my God. Look at that. Yes. That is awesome. So no wet sanding at all. I always like to try this first. The least aggressive sometimes just works out. Wow, look at that. So this is what we had before. This had to have been reducing some light output. At the very least, it looks bad. And now we have this. It looks literally like a brand new headlight. Wow, and I love how they do, it's actually like a carbon fiber type thing inside. I don't know if that's GTS specific, but that is cool. I'm gonna buff this out. We're just gonna do a one stage, maybe like 4 or 5 hours. And I think it's gonna turn out great. This car is actually not that scratched up, so this should work out really, really well. And then we're gonna ceramic coat it, and our wheels, they're almost here. With new tires, it's gonna be great. I'm all done. I am all done. This thing has been buffed out. It's looking pretty sweet outside of that and that. So let's fix those before we ceramic coat it. And I'm gonna do the other side fender vent as well, so everything just matches, but this was $75. This was $75, and this was $24. Add that to the list. This is just double-sided tape, so I'm gonna heat this up, and it should come right out. Oh yeah. Oh, beautiful. Ow, that was hot. I don't know why I was touching that. Touching it again. There we go. She's gone. I'll have to clean this up. This will take me a while. Eventually, I have to buff this spot out. So I'll see you in like a half hour. Look at that. Cleaned it up, buffed it, and right from the dealership. What kind of car you got? A Kia. That's right. You guys remember when Kia was like, they were the worst cars ever. Like 2000, like a Hyundai or a Kia, basically the same thing. And one of my sisters had an Accent. She bought it new. It was like $7 grand, and it didn't have air conditioning. It was a manual. Not anymore. All right, now we have our vent going on. Should just snap in. There we go. Just gotta, you know, give it a good hit. She's on. With our fender vents done and our Kia badge, it is time for some ceramic coating. So you guys know the drill. You just wipe it on. You can work in big sections with the Avalon King, which is one of the many reasons I love it. And we'll let that dry for 60 seconds. And while we do, we got about 60 seconds to do a quarter panel. So that's why you can do this so quickly. Oh, this is already making it look even better. Sweet. Wiping this off. That is done. It's been about another 60 seconds, so I'll wipe this off. Quarter panel is done as well. Awesome. This orange paint is sweet. Federation orange. Stinger's back on the rack. I gotta remove some wheels. Our new wheels are here. Did you guys know that you can take wheels from a Lincoln Navigator or a Expedition and put them on a Kia? Did you know that? What's up, dude? How you doing? Man? How are you? Pleasure. So these are the wheels, right? Those are the wheels. All right, excellent. I think they'll fit perfect. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. We got Kia wheels going on. These are takeoffs from a low mileage 2022, so same wheels, but mine are pretty curb rash. The tires are, they're okay. But I saw these on Facebook Marketplace, and Alan, where do you work, Alan?
Infinite Custom.
Infinite Custom, look at that. So they work on all sorts of cool cars, and are these off of your own car?
No, these are off of a customer's car.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, like, they look so good. And you cleaned them up for me too? Wow. Oh my gosh, these are awesome. Look at the tires too. I was gonna have my wheels refinished. It was $800 and then I'd need tires. This was $900 with really good tires. These are the Michelins that came on the Stinger GTS factory. We're rolling these guys in right now, but I mean, this is what I was dealing with before. So even when you have curb rash like this repaired, especially when you have a two-tone going on where it's polished with a color, sometimes it doesn't come out the best. This is a way, way better option. And they're all matching tires. I've got all the wheels off, the destroyed wheels. This would make for a very good winter set though, so I'll probably include them in the car. And yeah, after I drive this for a bit, I will be selling it lscforsale@gmail.com if you're interested in the Stinger. I like to put a few hundred miles on these things to make sure they're good to go, but I'm thinking like, I don't know, low 20s, something like that. I gotta clean up these calipers a little bit. Well, degreaser goes a long way, let me tell you. Oh yeah. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna feel bad driving this thing. Look at the inside of the wheel. It's nice. So these brakes do have a lot of meat on them. I haven't driven this car much, so I'll see if they clean up. If not, I'll end up putting new pads and rotors on there. Kind of a shame though, because they look new. They've just been sitting around for a while, but anyway. All right, we'll get our center cap on. Get some tire shine on these guys. I love tire shine. Wheels are done, and now it's time to make this engine look amazing with my favorite under hood detailing product, Mudslinger. It's meant for dirt bikes and ATVs. I've yet to use it on a dirt bike or an ATV, but it's so dirt doesn't stick to the plastics. But I've discovered it's the best engine detail product ever. And you just spray it on, wipe it off. And you wipe, and it just looks brand new and perfect. So you see a lot of people, they detail their engines with all that gooey stuff, and then everything sticks to it and it looks horrible. This doesn't do that. It's like alien technology, and you can get 25% off if you click on my link down below and get 25% off anything else that's AMSOIL. I'll show you the engine detail, final product when we get outside, but we're ready to go outside. Sneak peek. Woo. We got our nicely cleaned up floor mats inside. Not sure if you guys remember what this looked like before, but that's what it looked like before. Not anymore. You know what I just realized with the wheels and this passenger side fender flare, that is the last part that I've installed. So we have a grand total 4 parts to fix everything that you guys have seen during these last 3 videos on the Kia, $34.47 and 13 cents. Obviously that's without labor, so if you guys wanted to get an idea, if you brought this to a shop and said, do everything Alex did to my Kia Stinger, it'd be like 6 or 7 grand probably. Beautiful place. Oh, that's so nice. I'm trying to reset the maintenance indicator and look what I found. Largest change, this is an engine sound mode. Cool. Oh, and then we can mess with custom. Okay, so powertrain, we're gonna do sport, steering, sport. Okay, so custom is like super sport mode. Coasting, what is that? Engine is decoupled from the transmission during vehicle coasting for better fuel economy. Cool. I'll take it. Where's maintenance? We gotta reset this through the cluster. Reset. Yep, sweet. Now we are all set. When I start it up, it doesn't tell me maintenance is due. Everything is good in there. Gotta open up our roof. Watch this. Automatic, baby. Sweet. Hang on, what better way to show you guys the car than it cruising down the road, which is pretty much all I want to do now with it. It's so nice in the inside. It's got all the power you need. It handles so well, just like on a dime, and this engine just, oh, it's the chef's kiss. It runs great. I can't believe this is a Kia. That is so crazy. This should not be a Kia. Like, it doesn't feel like one. Now, is it any louder in here? Oh man, this thing rips. I don't know, I just turned on that sound thing. I think it just pipes in noise through the speakers. Sounds the same to me, but this thing, it's quick. This transmission is just shifts on a dime. I believe this is an 8-speed. I think it's the ZF, which is a phenomenal transmission. It shifts perfectly. This would be a torque converter transmission, so super reliable. And have I even tried out the paddles? Let's paddle this up. Oh yeah. Rips! Oh my gosh, so this, I forget the specs. It's like 365 horse, 375 foot-pounds of torque. Probably not a super heavy car. I mean, it is a hatch, but a very usable car. This would be an excellent daily driver. It's just so comfortable. It looks so much better, especially with the new wheels and all cleaned up. Man, was it rough when I got it. So this is what it looked like before, just kind of ratty and just not taken care of for, I think, the last roughly year. My theory is that this was well taken care of for a long time and then given to a cop college kid to take to school, and he kind of trashed it. But anyway, those days are now over, as the Kia has been resurrected to live another life as a good-looking Kia Stinger. Does anyone that's watching own a Kia Stinger GTS? I'm just curious. There are only 800 of them. I mean, I guess the chances are pretty good if you've landed on this video, because there's no other orange Kia Stinger content basically outside of reviews when they first came out. But am I the first like mechanic channel to like fix one and make it nice? I would hang that plaque up on my wall. First automotive mechanic YouTube guy to fix Kia Stinger GTS. It should be a certificate. All right, I ended up taking my DeLorean into the future, and there now is a first automotive mechanic YouTube guy to fix a Kia Stinger GTS. So we'll just, yeah, we'll put that right there. That's beautiful. All right, you know I gotta try 0 to 60 one more time. Oh my God, that's not gonna be a good one. We're just burning the tires. All right, we got in the fives, like mid fives. We're spinning the tires. Oh my God. Okay, I don't know, whatever. It does 4.7 according to the magazines, and this thing runs like a top. Just not today, not today. We're getting some sprinkles coming on here too. I think that's probably contributing to the lack of traction. Well, I found a random field behind a parking lot to show you the Kia Stinger. I do believe it's about to start raining, so I wanted to show this to you before it gets ruined. But here she is. Here's my orange 2019 Kia Stinger GTS, all buffed out, ceramic coated, new wheels and tires. We left the tail of the Dragon decal on the back. I think that looks pretty cool. And of course, the orange LSC sticker. And overall, it's such a nice car, 123,000 miles, so it's got a couple little bumps and bruises, but I do believe this would make an excellent daily driver. I mean, I'm getting 30 mpg on the highway. It runs a low 13. That is fast. That's like as fast as my Trans Am WS6 was in 2001. A very cool design. I think they did a great job with the looks, and we transformed probably one of the grossest interiors ever into this, a beautiful place to be. I can't believe we resurrected the Alcantara, so it used to look like this, and now it looks like this. The steering wheel was super gross as well, and we made it way less gross. It's actually pretty nice now. And I mean, look at this. I'm already doing daily driver duties. I got my baby seat in the back. I drove all my kids around in this thing yesterday, and they loved it. My son actually called it a supercar. I told him all the cool stuff about it, and he's like, is that a supercar? And I'm like, nah, it's a Kia, but I get what you mean. He's like, well, it's fast, it's orange, it's kind of a supercar. I'm like, yeah, kind of. All right, here she is, guys. The star of the show, our twin turbo 3.3 liter V6. Obviously, you know what this thing was doing when we got it, not running well at all. It's all been taken apart, and a nice little top end refresh, all new seals, all new head gaskets, everything. And I detailed the engine bay, so it looks like it came off of the showroom floor back in 2019. I mean, I got in every little nook and cranny, and I think this is just a good looking engine. I mean, the cover, they all kind of look weird underneath there with all their little tubes and lines running. It's like aliens. A few final shots of the Kia Stinger GTS. Big thanks to Alan, who came in clutch with these amazing wheels and tires. Now that it's all cleaned up and ceramic coated, I'm loving it even more. I think this is my favorite part of the car, the back end of it, but also it's running right now and not misfiring at all. That's my favorite part. So that'll do it for the Kia Stinger GTS series. Like I said, I will be selling this car. I do like it, but I always say this, I can't keep them all. I don't have any room, which I am working on a new shop. Maybe, fingers crossed. I've been disappointed many times before and deals have fallen through. Oh man, but just do a little dance, say a little prayer, because I got something brewing on that front. And then, oh man, and then I would be able to keep pretty much every single car. No, I wouldn't. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Anyway, I will be selling the Kia Stinger GTS, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this series. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Share the video with your friends and family. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's a free little button, and it's an amazing way to support my channel. We're almost at 1.5 million subscribers. So if you click that button right now, you might be the one that tips me over the edge in a good way. I'm not like gonna fall over an edge or anything. Although there's literally an edge right here to nowhere. Anyway, don't forget to enter to win my GLS 63 AMG plus $5,000 cash, link down below, or go to LegitStreetCars.com. And most importantly, I hope all of you have the best day ever, and I'll see each and every one of you in the next video. Okay, I think that's as good as we're gonna get it. That's fine as long it is that. And now we're following our sequence. That. Now we have our tensioner tensioner guide. You always want to use a brand new bolt with. We're replacing the. I'm also replacing the harmonic balancer bolt. Do you guys remember from? Do you guys remember these stupid? Do you guys remember these stupid caps? Do you guys remember the stupid cap? Do you guys remember the stupid caps? And yeah. And yeah, after I drive this for a bit. And yeah, after I drive this for a little bit. Longest light in the world. Hurry up, light! Let there be light! I'm gonna run out of space on the cameras before we have a light. Come on, green light, come with me now.